The real founder. The 420 files. People always ask the same question when they hear about the club. Who started it? And depending on who you ask, you'll get a different answer. Some say it was just a group of lads. Some say it grew out of the scene. Some say it was never meant to be public at all. But if you stay around long enough, if you work the late shifts, if you stop asking the safe questions, you start hearing a different story. I didn't believe any of it at first. Didn't have time to. Work was work. Members in, members out. Keep things moving, keep things quiet. That's how it runs. It was during one of those dead hours, just before morning, that it started. 4:12 a.m. Not quite 4:20. Not quite anything. That in-between time where everything feels off. I was going through old files. Not even for a reason. Just clearing space on the system. Old logs, old supplier lists, archived memberships. Stuff no one looks at anymore. That's when I found it. A file that didn't belong. No folder, no category, and just sitting there. Founder_record. I remember thinking it was a joke. Or maybe just some placeholder file someone forgot to delete. I clicked it. It didn't open properly. At first, just a blank screen. Then, slowly, text started to load. Name, unknown. Status, active. Role, founder. No date, no ID, no details. Just that. I frowned. Checked the file properties. Created, NA. Modified, NA. That didn't make sense. Everything has a timestamp. Even corrupted files. I tried to close it. It didn't close. The screen flickered. Then more text appeared. Access level above system. That made me laugh at the time. Above system, I said out loud. Yeah, all right. But something about it. It didn't feel like a joke. I minimized it. Went back to what I was doing. Tried to ignore it, but I couldn't. Because a few minutes later, the buzzer went. 4:20 a.m. Perfect timing. I checked the camera. Empty. No one there. I waited. Nothing. Then the buzzer went again. Longer this time. I leaned closer to the screen. Still nothing. No movement, no figure, and no shadow. Just an empty doorway. And then the system pinged. Access request detected. That shouldn't happen. You need a card for that. Or at least something. I checked the panel. No input, no scan, just a blinking message. Access request detected. Then, without me touching anything, access granted. The door unlocked. I didn't press it. I didn't approve it. But it opened anyway. And that's when the inside camera flickered. Just for a second. But it was enough. Because for that split second, there was someone standing inside, behind the counter, exactly where I was sitting. I spun around. No one there. Nothing. Just the hum of the room. I turned back to the screen. Normal, empty again. I told myself it was a glitch. Same as always. But then I remembered the file. I pulled it back up. Still open. Still sitting there. And now, there was more text. Entry log updated. Below it, A timestamp. 4:20. No name, no ID. Just that. I didn't sleep after that shift. It couldn't. Something didn't sit right. So the next day, I asked around, casually at first, who actually started this place. Most people shrugged it off. Been around for years, mate. Just grew from the scene. No one really knows, but one of the older staff. He didn't laugh. He just looked at me. You been on nights? He asked. I nodded and he paused, then said something I didn't expect. Don't go digging. That was it. No explanation, just that. Of course, that made it worse. So I kept digging. Old backups, offline drives, anything that wasn't part of the current system, and eventually I found something, not a file. A recording, audio only, no label, no date, just a file name. Original_access. I hesitated, but then I pressed play. At first, nothing, just static. Then, a voice. Low. Distorted. Hard to make out. Open. Pause. It opens. The static got louder. It doesn't matter who. Another pause. As long as it's used. I felt cold listening to it. Because the voice, it didn't sound like someone talking. It sounded like something trying to remember how to talk. The recording cut off. No ending. Just silence. That's when it clicked. This place, it wasn't started. Not in the way people think. It wasn't built. It wasn't launched. It was accessed, opened, and once it stayed open. That night, I went back in. I didn't want to, but I needed to know. 4:19 a.m. I sat there watching the clock, waiting. 4:20. The buzzer didn't go. Instead, the screen flickered, and the system opened the file on its own. Founder_record. New text appeared. Present. I didn't move. Couldn't. Then, the inside camera came on, and this time, it didn't flicker. It stayed clear, steady. And there, standing behind the counter, was someone. Facing away from the camera, exactly where I was sitting. But I was still there. Watching it. Watching him. He didn't move at first. Just stood there. Then, slowly, he turned. And I saw his face, or at least, I thought I did. Because it wasn't right. It looked like me. But older. Worn. Like something that had been there a long time. He looked straight into the camera, straight at me. And then he smiled. The system pinged. Roll updated. I looked back at the screen. Name, my name. Status, active. Role, founder. My chest tightened. No, I said out loud. But it didn't matter. Because the text kept changing. Below it, the old entry disappeared, replaced, overwritten, like it had never been there. The camera cut out. Everything went dark. And then the buzzer went. I didn't check the camera. I already knew. I didn't press anything, but the system did. Access granted. The door unlocked, and footsteps echoed inside. Slow, deliberate, familiar. I didn't turn around. Couldn't. Because I already understood the twist. There was never a real founder. Not one person and not one name. Just whoever happened to be there when it decided to update. And now, if you check the system, you'll find a founder, a name, a record, something that looks official, but it won't stay the same. It never does, because the role isn't assigned. It's taken. And if you're ever in there, late enough, and you see a file open on its own, or a camera flicker when it shouldn't, or a door unlock without permission, just remember this. You're not working there. You're not visiting. You're not even a member. You're just next. Entry granted. 420.